210. I push the button. We'll see when the official broadcast begins. Sometimes it's a little fun, a little spontaneous.
Yeah.
To know exactly when we're going to pop in and what's the first word that people are going to hear. In this case, it was probably, oh, we're just going to get started.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, hey guys, welcome. Days for Dummies. The lecture hall doors have opened. Ooh, was that me?
It was you. I was
sound so
opening the
nice.
chat.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. I was opening the chat.
Just this dreamy voice on a Sunday morning. Okay.
Okay, simmer down.
All right.
Simmer down.
The lecture hall
Is
doors
it our
are open.
imagination, or is the professor back?
The professor
The
is
professor
back.
is back.
The professor's
She's
back.
back from sabbatical.
Yes. You know, her poolside pet sabbatical.
Yes. Yes, I was on a very important educational venture.
Yes, learning,
Absolutely.
you know, at the newly installed indoor pool at the Salem Inn is what happened.
Gosh.
Days of Our Lives taking another page from General Hospital's book. They've spent all of their money on a new set, and it's going to be a pool set that they only use for 3 months out of the year. Well, for days, they'll use it for 6 months out of the year. It's indoor pool, you know.
Well, you know, it worked for General Hospital, right?
It worked for General Hospital.
Got them best show.
With that
And what,
deep
you know,
pool.
we wouldn't have, and well,
Again,
that's General Hospital. Never mind.
that is General Hospital. That's a whole other show that happens right here on this channel.
Yes.
And we'll get into that a little later. A little later. Here, let me hook the audience, all right? The new people that have clicked on this video that are still trying to figure out what the heck it is that they're trying to see. This is Days for Dummies. This is about Days of Our Lives. It is, I don't want to say it's specifically for new people, but goodness gracious, does it help us out. Ma and I, that's Ma over there. Hey Ma, how you doing? We've only been watching for a couple of months. It's like, what, 5, 6 months now?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe even less. And then Angela, the expert over here, joining the Days for Dummies cast, naming the show. Really. Like, let's just be honest here. Let's give credit where credit is due. Angela named the show.
They did.
We wouldn't be Days for Dummies without her. She was
And you know
very
what?
encouraging when I was talking to her about the show. She was like, don't worry, we're never going to stop running out of weird old things from Days of Our Lives to talk about.
Was I right?
And
Or
you've
was
been
I
right
right?
so
Or was
far.
I right? I mean, you didn't believe me. Like, and what are we going to talk about after the first month? And I'm like,
All
baby.
of the other stuff we didn't cover yet.
Exactly.
More wacky stuff.
More wacky
Right.
because, you know, now I know the characters' names. When they come across the screen, I'm like, oh, that's Sloan. Oh, well, that's Brady. Hey, that's John Black. All right? I know the character's name.
You like the next 2 weeks where Matt's watching and going, now who the hell is this now?
Well, like that
That
has
will
happened.
probably happen.
If it wasn't for the fact that Gwen took over the role of Teresa, I would probably
You
still be
wouldn't.
trying to figure out who this lady is. You know?
You should just be Tate's mom.
Exactly.
Rachel's brother's mom.
Rachel's brother's mom. Everybody's linked to
Everybody
Rachel.
was
Jailbird's mom.
Rachel to him for so long.
Well,
The Jailbird's
Rachel,
mom.
Rachel was the character that I remembered from this. Leo and Rachel.
I know.
But Rachel's more fun because she's a child. And
Yep.
to be like, oh yes, Kristen and Brady, they're just Rachel's parents.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
a good
I,
one.
I think with that first week I watched it, I was just like, Whitley, what are you doing?
Crazy
Why
Nurse
do I
Whitley.
recognize you, Whitley? I recognize you, but why do I recognize you? It took me a while to place her. But
Hey Sandra. Sandra's chatting live or catching us live because she chose to not clear her car off for church this morning.
Amen, Sandra.
Right,
I did the
Angela's
same thing.
dealing
I
with
sent-
snow as well.
I sent Matt and Kat in California the pictures of our snow because I'm a little bit outside of Boston. And we got lots of the snow. And I hate it. I hate it.
I can't, I did look at the picture she sent me, and I can't even tell what the make and model of those cars
I mean,
are.
can you imagine having to get up an hour before, or, like not even get up an hour, but like leave your home an hour before you need to leave your home so you can clear off your car and warm it up?
You want to know the funniest thing? Something I have done more than once. And talk about as a environmentalist, this is
Mhm.
horrible of me. I have turned on my car when it was covered with snow and blasted the defrosters and waited until it melted off.
Hey, the
And
secrets of
left
the East
it
Coast,
running.
everybody.
You know how long it takes for the snow that I've showed you guys to melt off a car at that rate?
An hour
But
and
I
a
do.
half?
Easily. So I haven't done that today. What I'll do today once it stops snowing is I'll brush it off. It's a very light snow. And then I'm going to take my car to the car wash.
Oh, very nice.
Take
very
my car
nice.
through the car wash and it gets the rest stuff.
I know I'm being a dumb Californian. However,
Okay.
would a like a leaf blower, could you blow off the snow?
Well, you could, but it's kind of like a pain in the butt. Honestly, quite frankly, I'd rather a flamethrower. There have really been times I'm like, can we just get a flamethrower here to get rid of all this snow because it's piled up forever?
Can we put a flamethrower in the hands of Steve Johnson?
I mean,
You can do it.
it's one of those, it's like they say in Jurassic Park, they were so infatuated with if they could. They never thought to ask themselves if they should.
Hey, with all this stuff that's warming up with the pond, we haven't touched on Constantine recognizing the eyes of John Black. Well, since you've been on the show, you missed last week, so we had fun talking about that. It's those eyes. Yeah. Those eyes. So he must have
the eyes or the eyebrows.
He must have known John's face before it was all changed to what it looks like now.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're gonna get an old actor like some like Christopher Lee or something to be like, that used to be John Black?
That'd be really funny.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah.
Like a young Burt Reynolds or something, It's like, this is what I looked like before. Oh God.
Yeah.
I look so much better now.
I have the perfect person for this. Joshua Bernard. My God, we get to talk on 10th floor at 11 a.m. about how he is just a little Maurice Bernard, let me tell you. Him drunk, talking about his life and these problems my parents are going to give me was so Maurice Bernard. Anyway. Yeah.
So that's perfect. Yes, Joshua Bernard is a young John Black.
Yeah. What I did like the whole Constantine thing. I liked the way they put a hood over his head and messed with him.
I just think that with them wanting to do the pawn storyline and not having Victor, not having Stefano, they had to do something. So enter Constantine.
Constantine.
But they're going to have to run him out of town, though. Keep on trying.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know me, I like those confrontations. So I need that Constantine Maggie moment where she lets him have it.
And she shoves him and he bangs his head on the corner of a table and he bleeds out on the carpet. And the reason why, and the only way that Maggie has to cover it up is because Justin rushes in. He's like, we got to burn the house down. It's got to look like a fire, Maggie.
But the house that burns, that's not their house, right?
No, it's the Horton.
It's the Horton house.
Yeah.
It's Julie and Doug's house, isn't it?
That's Doug and Julie's?
No.
Oh. Whose house is the Horton house?
I don't think it's Doug and Julie's house. But that's
the one that catches on fire, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think, is that?
I thought it was the one that Chad is just going to move into with the kids.
Yeah, and that house is where they decorated, put the name ornaments up for the Hortons.
Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking Jack and Jennifer, but probably.
I don't even know who Jack and Jennifer are.
I know. We'll get there.
That's straight to the dummy class right there.
Yeah. So they either live in Salem and are doing nothing, or
they're Jack and Jennifer owned the Spectator before.
Oh.
They're Chad's dead wife's parents.
Oh, they're Abigail's
super couple. Yes, they were a super couple. There's some really great behind the scenes tea with that character of Jennifer, Melissa Reeves, who was played. She was played by Melissa Reeves, married to Scott Reeves.
Last we saw him on GHU with Stephen Lars.
Yes.
Ooh.
And yeah, she had actually left the show for a while because she had an affair with a co-star. It was all very public.
An affair? Which co-star?
It was oh God, help me chat. What was his name?
Soap opera.
What was his name? He was
Gina, Sandra,
what
Janet,
was his
Jacarius.
name?
Help us out.
I know you guys know who I'm talking about.
So did Scott and Melissa's marriage survive that?
It did, yes. But it was very.
I thought so because I've seen him recently, and he's his wife, and I knew it was Melissa Reeves, but I didn't know about that spicy nonsense.
See, that's what happens.
It was really. I've talked about it on the podcast before. When that
Jason
chemistry is
Brooks.
real, oof.
It was with Jason Brooks, and
Ooh.
he was on days, and he played. God, I can't believe that I can't remember. I'm like blanking on all of these names. He
It's
played
all right.
Peter Blake.
Can't think. Oh, Jeannie
It was
doesn't.
Jason Brooks who played Peter. They were hooked up for a while on the show, and oh God, he was so.
And so they started
good-looking.
rehearsing in the dressing room.
Yep, real and real.
See,
mixed.
that's how people like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie get together. You know, that's how
Yes.
Brad Pitt and
Happens a
Jennifer
lot.
Aniston, you know, split up is because you know.
That's how.
What's his last
That's
name
how.
again? Jason what?
On the set of General Hospital, hooked
Yeah,
up.
look at you getting
behind
all
the-
censored and stuff when it comes to Kelly Monaco boning that guy from Dancing with the
I
Stars,
wasn't
Vladimir
talking about Kelly
Chmerkovsky.
Monaco.
Can't believe
They
you're
were both single when that was happening, but that wasn't who I was talking about. Yes, it was Peter, played by Jason Brooks. Yes.
Brooks.
Look at her. Look at her just
And
censoring
then,
herself on this podcast, teasing us with the real life backstage tea.
Yes, I'll tell you guys the backstage tea after because I can't. This isn't as public a one, but Caddy McLean
Is that how you say it? 'Cause
played
I've always said
Jennifer
Katie.
last. Katie, Caddy, whatever.
I
it
don't
is.
know.
Married to John
Played-
Lithgow.
Yep, she's been popping in as Jennifer most
Okay.
recently.
That's okay. So that's the character that Dixie been playing on that Days of Our Lives
Yes,
program.
on Days of Our Lives.
That
Jennifer
Days
Horton.
program.
Jennifer Horton Devereaux, sorry.
Oh, Devereaux. Oh, yes, right.
Okay,
right.
I
Abigail
do not.
Devereaux.
I looked him up. He is fine as all get out.
Mm-hmm.
I do not recognize.
Oh goodness,
him
he
at
could have been
all.
my stepdad if Mom had lived a different life.
Matt.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, he's handsome, but no, I don't even recognize him.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh
So yeah, that was a big, huge controversy.
goodness. Well, it
Yeah.
seems as though Days of Our Lives loves to collect backstage controversy.
Yes, they do. Well, I mean, all the soaps do, but yes, Days of Our Lives is no exception.
You know what I found
So
to be
we're
really
deep in the
Oh.
scab writing era.
Yes,
in
we
Days.
are no longer with the regular writers, and that also means that
Mhm.
what's his bucket is in the middle of getting fired right now too. I think.
Not yet.
Oh,
Couple
getting
more
close.
months.
Well, things
Yeah.
are heating up then. All right, things are getting uncomfortable for those working on Days of Our Lives. Hopefully
Now
it's much better.
our
now.
lovely Greg Rickard, who
Yes.
plays Leo, was pulling double duty the past couple weeks because he
That's
showed up on
right.
Young and the Restless.
to play some sort of person that he used to play on Y&R for some sort of story that they're doing.
He plays Kevin on Y&R,
Come to me for
a
the specifics.
straight, happily married man.
Very, very, very different character. It's my
Yeah.
favorite part of him on Young and the Restless is not really him. It's
Caroline.
well, it is him, but the scenes with his crazy mom.
Mother, did you see the stuff with
What?
them decorating for the wedding?
No.
Or Michael, he was back because Michael and Lauren were renewing their vows on New Year's
Uh-huh.
Eve, and him and Chloe were decorating society with his mom.
Uh-huh.
It was hysterical, the whole thing.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and look at it.
Yeah, it was the New Year's Eve episode. It was wonderful. It was so great. So yeah, it was so much fun.
Sounds like you
And
two
I
are going to start a
started
Young
with
and the Restless
Chloe being
podcast.
madly in love.
They're a lot of fun to look at. I've been trying to watch a little more Young and the Restless. I'm at about one episode a week right now, but I'm going to try
Yep.
to start. And I was telling Matthew, I'm thinking because I don't like when it's on, and I really can't fit it into another soap in the afternoon of my day. So I'm thinking about just watching it a day behind. Be able to watch it in the morning like I do days.
Or-
Just watch it a day behind.
Also, because it's played a day ahead in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
so you can watch Monday's episode now. If people put it up on YouTube like an hour after it airs in Canada, so then you're a
Okay.
day ahead. Yeah,
Okay, so I could pretty much.
I'll
watch
send you
it
the links, yeah.
anyway.
Mhm.
Okay.
Angela's
All
going
right.
to get you all set up. You two are going to figure out how to do your own Young and the Restless podcast. I'll give you login information for this channel. You can stick it
Oh,
right
there
here
we
on
go.
the 10th floor, and my face won't be on
Yeah.
it. We'll see how good the viewership is without me.
Well,
Dare
if
you
it's
people
better,
start a
you're gonna
podcast
get-
without me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you sure that's a game you want to play, Matt? A dangerous game, my friend.
I could be a turnoff for some people. Some people could see this dude face in the middle of both of you and just be like, "Oh, I'm not going to give them my time. I don't need a man's perspective." I'm sure it's out there.
But
It's out there.
like how like Angela, you and I watch days early in the morning. And I could easily do that with YNR. I could, but just in the afternoon or the evening, it just don't fit in my life.
Yep. My usual schedule outside of the craziness is I watch all 4 of them. I try to watch all 4 every day. But I DVR them on my YouTube TV now because I got rid of cable and just have the YouTube TV, and it has an unlimited DVR. So they're all just always sitting there for me.
Wow, look at that, you with your library
cool.
of soaps.
And if I start watching YNR on a consistent basis, might as well throw the other one in. It's only 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Oof. Apparently that one's super bad right now. But then if
It's
you listen
always
to anybody
super
on
bad.
Twitter, if you listen to anybody on Twitter, really all the shows are bad.
Yeah. Although,
Depends on who you ask, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I don't know. I'm enjoying my soaps. I think my soaps are soaping, and that's what I ask for.
And that's what we want here.
And I've always heard that Bold and Beautiful is just off the chain popular.
Internationally. But it's also like it taps into that same international squad or crew that likes Baywatch, because Baywatch is so huge too internationally.
Look at this.
It's that
David Watson is a
same like demographic.
music star. He's a mega star.
Yeah.
You know who else? My first husband, Donny Osmond.
Yes.
My first husband, Donny Osmond. He just came back from the UK and just did a Sweet Through England. He's still selling out arenas by himself there.
Oh yeah.
Arenas.
Yeah.
Donny Osmond. He's 65 years old.
Yeah.
That means I could sell out an arena.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not 65.
I know. I'm almost there.
You're never going to be 65, Mom. You're always going to stay 61.
I'm already past that, sweetheart.
Well, then we're gonna climb back into yesteryear.
Okay.
And we're gonna stick at 61.
I like that.
All right.
As long as 61, I'll stay 61 forever.
There you go. Just 61 in 12 months and 14 months and 16 months and 18 months and 24 months.
And then he doesn't have to remember how old you are. This is a trap, okay? This is just for him. It's a trap.
Jeannie's first husband was David Cassidy.
Well, there you go.
And
my
Chanel,
first husband was Brett Michael from Poison.
I don't know who my first husband was.
I do. Brett Michael is absolutely.
I don't crush on celebrities like you people do.
You are a big fat liar.
Who do I crush on? Give me the name.
I don't know, but everybody
My name is Mr.
does.
Rory Cochran.
Everybody has that celebrity where they're just like, I wouldn't kick them out of bed for eating crackers.
I think most of us do.
I prefer we eat cookies in bed. But if while we're taking from the John and Marlena Kama Sutra, let's.
It's a very short book. Strawberries, whipped cream. End of list.
It seems as though Johnny and Chanel only got the first page, which is the whipped cream page. And
well, the local market's always out of strawberries. They're hard to find in Salem when John's in town.
It just got me wondering, Professor Angela, who is it on the writing team that is such a amorous foodie?
Well, I don't know, because this John and Marlena thing has been going for a long time. So
well, when I was watching it, I noticed just weird things as they film things. I was like, how is he able to consistently only make a tiny bit come out? Because to me, that would be hard to control. Like, oh, yeah, we didn't want that much.
Practice.
Lactose intolerant.
Special effects.
Yeah.
Raven being like, no, like this. Like just showing him how to do it.
Well,
just taking over.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Maybe they have a bunch of cans with just a tiny bit in it.
Right, perfect TV amount.
Yeah, but then the can should have farted then.
You're right.
You went into the weeds on this one. Okay.
You're not wrong, Ma. You're not wrong.
Your mother's like, the amount of whipped cream cans I have gone through in bed, I know how this works.
Okay.
And
I didn't know.
It is sticky. afterward, like you have to shower. There's
I didn't know that John and Marlena was taking notes from Angela's life. Professor
No, I
Bell.
was saying you.
No, you mother,
I was saying
apparently.
you, Kat. You were the one who was all.
This is so unrealistic. This is the worst unrealistic thing that Days of Our Lives has done.
Yes.
Oh, you
Forget the
guys.
masks. It's the whipped cream control.
Hey, speaking of weird things, I did finally see one of those bad wigs on one of the extras in the back.
Did you?
I finally noticed one of the crazy bad wigs.
Finally, good
Finally.
Lord.
I pay attention to the foreground. What can I
You have
say?
you have to be a certain age to recognize this, but this is what the wig reminds me of. A long time ago in the Flintstones, they had a couple of episodes where the Beatles were on it, and they were called the Mop Tops.
Okay.
And they did a little, and it seemed like the Beatles. Okay, and every time they jumped, their hair jumped and like a wig and fell back on their heads. The four little characters, and that's what that wig like. It's that unbelievable. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the worst. I'm a very bald lawyer, but I put this wig on.
So bad.
I'm telling you, there's no way that they don't do that for shits and giggles.
Okay. Bad wigs. I have 2 words for you guys. Red carpet.
Oh yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
I remember that person with the wig.
You remember that person that had, you know who I'm talking about, right, Kat?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I was starting. I had to play a little film strip in my mind, but yes.
Shockingly bad. But they figured that other elements would distract from it, I guess.
No, I think he was bad. I think he was bad on purpose. I thought he meant to look like that.
It just
I don't
reminded
know that
me
the
of the
wig was
question
on
mark
purpose,
suit guy.
though.
Remember the question mark suit guy that always tried to sell you his money book on TV?
Yes.
I don't think those commercials are on anymore, and the young people have no idea what this reference is.
Yes.
So if you're under the age of 30 and you're watching the show, I've got 2 questions.
They don't watch
Number
commercials
one,
anyway. They
number
fast
one,
forward.
if you're under 30, why are you watching this podcast? Are you actually a soap fan? And number 2, if you are under 30 and a soap fan and watching this podcast, let us know. Leave a comment. Tell us what you like.
Yes. My nephews, who are like, some of them not even 10, occasionally tune in just to see Auntie Angela. They think it's awesome that I have a podcast on YouTube.
Look at that YouTube celebrity.
My brother will put it on for them because they just think it's so cool.
Hey, we had well, my niece was watching the other day. And we got a regular, my cousin's girlfriend apparently, just plays the podcast.
And she
that's fun.
And she doesn't watch any of the soaps.
No, that's fun.
Does she pay close attention? I can't guarantee that. But
family support. Yes. I love it.
I love it too.
And then, of course, we've got people like Sandra and Jeannie and Caroline and Janet who are all join us here in the chat this week. So, we also
and we love it. We love them all
for that, because we've dug in deep into the Days of Our Lives this morning so far. we are in the trenches when it comes to what has happened this week on this show.
We are in the cream.
Hey, so is Holly going to wake up 30?
We got distracted, didn't we?
Is Holly going to wake up 30? That's my question.
I don't think so.
She's in a coma. This is prime Saurus territory.
It is, but they just Saurused her.
I know.
So
she'll be fine, right? She's going to wake up next week?
I'm not sure that soon, but yeah, I think she will be. And I mean, there are probably going to be effects from it.
Just in time for her to say it wasn't Tate, and then Tate's recovering from being shanked.
Yeah, right.
At the same time, he loses a kidney as soon as she wakes up.
Well, I thought the young man that plays Tate, I don't remember his name. He's doing a good job. He looks like he's
Jamie
scared.
Martin Mann.
It's going to be really so Jamie Martin Mann, the actor, you just said his name. Thank you for that, Angela, because I wouldn't have remembered it without you. But it's because he's a teenager, right? And he's got like adult face structure, but he's still got a tiny teenage head. And so, when he finishes growing, I just wonder what it's all gonna be like, because I don't think he's gonna look like what he looks like right now.
Probably. I don't know. Yeah.
His face. No, more just thinking he kind of looks like Alex Kyriakis a little bit.
Ooh, Alex is really.
So he might look like him a little bit when he gets older.
That's why Teresa likes him so much.
I think you just see it right here on him.
They're gonna find a letter that lets you know that Brady isn't Tate's dad, but Alex is Tate's dad.
I know, right? Yeah, it's with the letter Victor's letters or something.
When Tate and Holly become the latest iteration of a soap couple. Yes. Yes, they
I
are.
hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, I know it's GH, but they give me a Lucky Liz vibe. Actually,
Oh, isn't that sweet? They're gonna hop into a boxcar.
I think that I think they could, if they chose to, they could write them as a very.
She's
I
gonna
think
wake
it
up
could
and see
be.
Tate, or find out that Tate had gone to prison.
Yeah.
I don't
With the
know.
bong
I don't.
him.
Yeah, I like them.
I guess she's not gonna be.
I like them.
She's not gonna be a threat to Johnny and Chanel anymore. You know.
No.
Yeah.
I felt
No,
bad
she
for
was
her,
never.
though. I did feel bad for Holly that she called her stepbrother and, you know, really drunkenly told him, and how embarrassing, right? When she finally realized what she had done.
Yeah. That's awkward.
Yeah, very awkward, very awkward. I don't think I agree with Angela. I don't think she'll be asleep too much longer, maybe a week or two.
No.
Nah, she'll wake up. She'll wake up just in time for something terrible to have happened to Tate in prison, though.
Yeah.
You know,
Probably.
he's gonna get hit with a bag
Yeah.
of quarters or something.
Yeah,
we're
Tate's
not
gonna
getting-
get beat up.
Oh yeah,
But
he's
we
already got a
won't
black
wind
eye,
up
right?
beating-
In the preview.
Mhm. Yeah.
I
He's
wouldn't
already
be
gotten
surprised
beat up,
if he-
Ma. That's how dangerous prison is. All right, you're in there and you get beat up in a day. A day.
It only for
Is
him
that
though.
gonna
Well,
make
wait, no,
EJ
Gabby had
happy?
her leg broken, so
That's gonna make EJ happy.
All right. Prison isn't where you send people to feel bad about what they've done and reconsider their choices. No, the prison is where you go to just it's an open brawl. It's like the Colosseum in Rome.
I think it's so funny. And honestly, the thing that gets me the most, like a lot of people are being on this whole EJ wouldn't be able to prosecute him thing, which is just
Right.
ridiculous as a soap opera. But if I was going to delve into the realism here, I'd be like, even if he was going to be prosecuted as an adult, he had not yet been prosecuted as an adult. He would not be in Penton or Statesville.
Right.
He'd be in a juvenile facility top because he is a juvenile.
But
And
I'm
even if
EJ
you're
and I've decided.
adult and convicted as an adult, until you are an adult, you're in a juvenile facility.
Oh,
You don't
so
get transferred to the adult prison until you're an adult.
well, there you go, folks. There
So
you go.
that's the bone I would pick. But again, it's a soap
For
opera.
me, honestly, and this is a commentary that came up on the social medias, which is what we do.
Yes.
We're really a social media reaction channel more than anything else.
The amount of times in the chat, Matt and I sends each other something and go, "Can you believe this BS?"
I have said the phrase, and I'm going to say this with a bit of shame, but I have said the phrase, "You must truly be an idiot to think this," and have sent that tweet.
And if I had a dime for every time he said, "That's it, I am leaving Twitter after this one."
And then I never do.
Yeah, that she
Yeah,
never
I'd have
does.
a few dimes too if I
Yeah,
would.
yeah.
Hey, but there's a Facebook group now, and I've been posting to that.
There is.
Actually, I put the Perfect 10 video up on Facebook as well, so all three of us are in
Oh.
that.
Well,
There's
that's
a Facebook group.
Yeah, there's a Facebook group. Soap Opera News has even liked and commented. So ask Michael to
Well.
send you in that direction.
Well, I'm real up on things, aren't I?
It's
been
all
a
right.
bad- Guys, it's been a bad week.
Well,
you
you've
know,
been busy.
Angela, honestly, you've missed 2 out of 3 days for
Well,
Dummies.
okay. Yes, I understand, but remember, Emmys one weekend.
I know.
My daughter
Yes.
the very next weekend,
Mhm.
and then New Year's Eve in a hotel with the kids I nanny the weekend
know.
after.
Well, you've had reasons, but you've still missed
I've
the show.
been
Well, yeah. And you haven't even had a chance to tell anybody on here, how did you feel about the Emmys? And
There you go.
was
loved
it
them.
fabulous?
It was absolutely fabulous. It was so much fun. I had the best time. And one of the girls I went to high school with in California at Edwards Air Force Base works for the Academy and was working at the Emmys and surprised me because she's like, "I saw your name on the press list, but I didn't want to say anything on Facebook. I wanted to surprise you when you got here." It's like, you scared the hell out of me, Carol, but it was great.
Well, next time,
So
have
that
her
was a
get us into
weird
the
small
party.
world kind of thing.
Yeah. And your last minute camera person was awesome as well.
Yes, one of my Jason and Carly peeps flew in to save the day. I love her, love her, love her forever. She flew in. She was great. We had a blast. And it was so much fun. I hadn't wanted to go only because my daughter's wedding was the next weekend in North Carolina. But I was bullied into it by my editor. She's like, I bought your ticket, you're going. This is it. That's it. And I went, and I'm glad that I did. But it was
I'm
a
glad
lot.
that you did too.
But it was a lot. It was a lot of fun. I have a great bloopers video.
Oh.
Because I was trying to do a lead-in for our videos for Soap Opera News, but I did at the end of the night.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you guys later, and then I'll maybe post it. It was so funny. It was beyond ridiculous. I could not get it out.
We did a little bit of that too. We did a couple of clips of just like, we're here, we just got there.
Yeah,
and then
it
I'm
was
like,
just-
this
I
is unusable.
I couldn't say get out the phrase that, here on the red carpet at the 50th annual Daytime Emmy Awards, 50th anniversary, 50th Daytime Emmy anniversary. It was just,
and the last clip is Angela just screaming, F it. And then
yeah, exactly.
throwing the
Really,
microphone.
I was just like, oh my God, it's hysterical. The kids love it.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So,
oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
So check
but
that
it
out.
was a lot of fun.
SoapOperaNews.net has those videos and your interviews, right? They're still being
Yes,
uploaded?
yep.
Are they
We
all
have
there
a
now?
brand new YouTube channel, as a matter of fact, that
Ooh.
we're getting stuff on, because when I first set up our YouTube channel, I did it with my Gmail because that's what you do, kind of thing. And it was, and Michael had said, I need you to do the videos. I need you to upload things. I don't know how to do that. I don't have time for it. So I didn't think about it. But
of
then he
course.
was like, oh, let me have the login. And I'm like, yeah, but I'd have to give you the login to my email. And that's not happening. And you can't disassociate them.
Right. It's all
With
one
some
big
things,
Google
they let
family.
you disassociate them, but this one didn't. So I had to start a new email address, and we're transferring the things over to a new YouTube and getting that all going.
Well,
But
when that's ready to go, we'll give you the link in the chat when that's ready to click.
absolutely.
But in the meantime,
absolutely.
you can go to soapoperanews.net and find some of the interviews and articles that have been posted already.
We talked to a lot of people, and we had a lot of fun, and it was a really good time. Made some really great connections with some other press people too. Got to meet people that you see on Twitter, but you don't really know. Like at Day of Days when we met some of the other,
We're best friends with Michael Fairman now. Just Michael Fairman and the Theall family and the Angela Ryan Duncan family. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Yep. And it was a really good time. And I mean, you really have to be friendly with us, how close we all were.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
And it's really like, squeezed in.
We were sharing each other's germs. So, there was no way we weren't breathing in somebody else's exhale. So, I get it.
And Matthew and I had a little more space around us because a couple of folks that didn't show up, where Angela didn't have that grace. She was.
I did not have that grace.
You had a pillar and a very large dress.
Oh my! Not even a dress. A whole large, she had a Muppet
A
on her shoulder.
fascinator. A large fascinator is what it was.
Like, what is this?
It's
that was. But you know what? We made it work.
You sure
and
did.
We had a good time. It was a good time. I'm glad I went. I'm looking forward to next summer.
Yeah.
When the Emmys are at their regularly scheduled time to go again. And
I wish I knew the date to that so bad. I wish I know.
I can't. I'm like eagerly anticipating. Yeah, we won't know probably till April.
I don't know.
And I've already been talking to the boys' mom because I want to bring the boys out there with me. I want to go for a week, and
oh my goodness, it's quite a thing.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
It's quite a thing. I don't have to worry about such things because when the Emmys happens, all I have to do is just be like, okay,
yeah,
and then I climb onto a bus.
Yeah, Uber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky bastard.
I don't mind the bus at all. Just just be okay with waiting at a stop because the schedules don't sync. But that's not something that somebody like Leo has to worry about in Salem because he's got Sloan's credit card and he can just call a ride
Exactly.
share.
That is very true. Leo's rolling.
Oh, Leo dancing by Sloan with all his bands is hilarious.
I don't feel bad for her.
I don't either.
No, I did see something now. I don't know if this is true or not. It probably is because it's days and this stuff is really old news by the time we start talking about it because they filmed it forever ago. But I saw something about Sloan perhaps being the one that's like, okay, we need to give this baby back.
Well, she's going to start. She's like kind of decompressing kind of thing, like kind of unraveling and not able to keep all the balls in the air. And
how do we keep Leo quiet? How do we keep Melinda from freaking out, because apparently she's starting to feel bad about this now too? What have I done? Oh, the choices that I've made. And you don't even hang out. You did all this stuff and you haven't had a scene together since. So Melinda, why did you go to all of this trouble for your friend?
I never quite understood how, because there just hasn't been in the story that I've seen a real reason for Melinda to do this for Sloan.
Yeah.
It's because there really isn't
Because
one.
sure, they're friendly with each other. It seems like they're only friendly with each other for the baby. So where's the reason to do it in the first place?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
Sloan, no shade on the actress at all, but as a character, Sloan is my least favorite. I think she's a villain. Kristen is one of the biggest female villains. However, I love her.
Yes.
God, where is she?
Different kind, right?
She's showing back up this week.
Like in a big way, or is she just, or is she gonna Monica it, where she's just like, I'm here?
Stuff. Her and Brady have some good stuff this week.
Oh, it's because Brady needs just to find another girl is what he needs to do.
Brady is, well, you know.
He needs to get away from Teresa. He needs to get away from Kristen. Maybe he just needs to get out of town for a little while. I don't know. But he's somebody that certainly makes choices. This is a man of choices.
Yeah.
Whether it be pulling a gun on Kristen to try to get Rachel, telling EJ that he's the one with the drugs with absolutely no way of proving it.
Yeah.
He's a man of choices. All right. And pretty soon he's going to choose to sleep with Teresa, and I don't like that.
I'm hoping he chooses. I want Kristen and Brady back together. I know they have their history and whatever, but I just love the two of them together. It's such great chemistry. Every fight, they look like at any second they could just throw each other up against a wall and start tearing clothes off.
I guess
even when he pulled the gun on her.
You want that?
Yeah.
Tate's gun out of my hand.
Then we saw him pull the gun on her.
Oh yes, that was the week of guns. That was where Brady pulled a gun, and Lee had pulled a gun, and Stephanie had a gun, and Gabby had a gun, and just everybody had a gun.
And then Philip's mama had a gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big mom.
Yes.
Yep. Right. I forgot her name.
Vivian.
Vivian
Alamain. Yep.
Yeah.
Sandra says that neither Brady or Eric are good with choices.
No.
I think
they are very good at being righteous, though.
I need somebody to direct some of that manic energy that Brady has. You know, when his eyes get all wild and he gets all intense. I need somebody to put that in a direction that isn't destructive.
Well, the coolest thing about Brady is his father,
John Black. Oh, come on, son. What you think you were gonna do here? All you gotta do is just kind of talk like an old cowboy, you know.
And a pirate a little bit.
Kind of an old cowboy pirate, son,
Yeah.
with a heart, you know.
With a heart.
With the heart of gold, you know, that pirate with the heart of gold.
And a basket of strawberries.
You know, I got caught up in this life, and I don't know how I got caught up in this life, kid, but I did. And I would never make a different choice because it led me to you. All right. And that's a John Black scene. Come on.
Yeah,
come on, Drake Hogerson.
Yeah, I liked it.
Drake, watch my podcast and shower me with praise and adulation and be like, I want to be on that show so I could talk to that guy who talks like me. I want it. Make it happen. Angela, send this to Drake Hogerson.
Who was an absolute dear to me on the red carpet. He was very, very sweet. He took my hand. And he took my hand in one and put his other hand on top. And he was like, fans like you are why we do this. And I was just like, awesome. I love you, John Black. I love you, John.
Hey, you know, I haven't had a chance to say this into the microphone yet. That makes me think of something that Ma had dealt with when it came to Steve Johnson. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. His
Old
real
Patchy?
name is yes, Old Patchy. His real name, Old Patchy.
Never gonna not
his real name?
laugh
Stephen Nichols,
about
right?
that.
Stephen Nichols. So he was walking by, right? And you know, we were in the midst of it. This was when like everybody was walking down the red carpet, and you got who you got, and you were lucky or you weren't, right? At least for us, because we were more at the end, and they were kind of tired of talking to people by the time they came to us. So Stephen Nichols walked by, and Ma goes, "Patch, Patch," and then without looking, without even seeing where the voice comes from, he goes, "How you doing, baby?" And I'm like, he has this programmed. Stephen Nichols has this programmed. So if he hears a female voice go, "Patch," he responds,
Yes.
"How's it going, baby?"
Yeah, he's like Joey on Friends. How you
How
doing?
you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't even look to see. Just, "How you doing, baby?"
And then Matthew and I just started cracking up.
Mary Beth Evans was wearing the dress because when I was talking to them, I was complimenting her dress. She's like, "Oh, I wore it to my son's wedding a couple weeks ago." And I told her, I said, "The dress I'm wearing to my daughter's wedding next week." And she high-fived me.
Oh,
She
look
was
at all
like,
that.
"Isn't it
Look at
great?"
all that.
Cool.
Oh, you love to
Yeah.
hear about it. Hey,
Those
Linda.
cool little, those cool little connection moments are fun.
Yes.
Maureen
They
is here
really are just
too.
people.
And and like you said that one of your favorite interviews was with the three.
Yep.
Yeah, ours too.
And that was our
Yeah.
favorite interview as well. And for me, because I was kind of on the side, Suzanne and I were kind of arm in arm for a minute. And that was
Yep.
just so personable, just so fun.
And like the thing with the vets too is that they've been doing it so long, they truly appreciate the fans. I think more so, because they also, this is, soap operas at this point are the rest of their career.
Yeah.
It's not a stepping stone like it would be for some of the younger ones. So I think that they have a different perspective about it. They also know the importance of the soap press.
That makes sense.
And relationships with them and stuff like that, because it's not like tabloid press with other it's not, it's a different view. We're all in like a symbiosis.
Yeah.
We want to talk about your craft.
We're not there. We're there to raise them up, not.
And right, exactly. We all work together because for the genre of soaps.
Yeah.
And you know who really understood that?
Elevate it, to bring fans closer to it, and that helps the soaps in return. And so it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It's just a work of art out there with everybody working in unison.
It's just a delight. It's an example. We are an example.
And I appreciate that none of the actors looked annoyed to talk to us.
None.
They turned and they're like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?"
Yeah.
And they genuinely.
And it was cool. It was cool for Matt and I too. That on a couple of occasions where from days of days of some of the folks recognized us. And they were happy.
At least they said they did
again, because they recognized it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh man, I got to be able to pull this back into actual Days of Our Lives talk, but I don't know how to do it. There's bad drugs on the street, everybody. There's terrible drugs.
I know out there in the media, the Emmys got a lot of criticism, but I didn't have anything to compare my experience to in the Emmys because it was the first time I've ever been there. So for me,
I mean,
thought it was awesome.
About how quickly they had to pull it together.
Oh, absolutely.
It was a very last minute thing, and I think they did great for the time they had, the space they had, and stuff like that. Yeah. Again, it was also my first time at it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was a shit show like some people, I don't.
It might have been easier, more comfortable, better opportunity to talk to people in the past than what we got, because we were all very crunched together, and if you weren't like, hey, then it was difficult to differentiate yourself from another group.
I also saw, when I was trying to look around for a date this coming year, I also saw, the original date and where it was going to be, and it was going to be at that same place.
Right. They just would have had more time.
Oh, absolutely.
To make a longer carpet. Anyway.
Right. And also possibly more space because they reserve more space, but that stuff has to be done so far in advance.
Yeah.
My good friend Maureen is in the chat right now. Maureen and I, we talk on Twitter on a regular basis about Teresa and Alex. She's very invested in Teresa and Alex.
I love Alex and Teresa. I really do. So my thing with a lot. I find this a lot with a lot of soap couples on days, like the younger. Like, I would love Brady and Teresa. I would love Brady and Kristen. I like Alex and Teresa. I liked Alex and Stephanie. Chad and Stephanie are boring as hell, but I like.
You
know what
like
I
Trip
mean?
and Wendy?
I like various, and that's not usual for me with soaps. With days, there are various options I like for a few people, which is a compliment to the cast, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that cast has a lot of natural chemistry with each other. You know,
Yeah.
is it the caliber, like when you watch like the one that wins all of the Emmys all the time for being the best one with the best cast? You know what I'm talking about? That show.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It wins
The one that
Emmy
you're going
all
to be
the time.
talking about in a few.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one. You know, when you watch that, you can see like a caliber of actor, right? And this is not to diminish Days of Our Lives, but when you watch Days of Our Lives, you don't get the same feeling from everyone.
Overall, yes.
You know, you have your superstars and you also have your daytime stars.
They're putting out a different soap as well.
Very much so, very much so. And like I said, this isn't derogatory. This isn't diminishing Days of Our Lives. It's a
Right.
different approach. They
Different
do
approach.
things differently.
And they all do their parts great.
Right, and that's the whole thing. They all play their parts well, and they all clearly get along with one another. At least in my eyes. I don't know the backstage tea like you do, but it seems like they all really get along with each other. That's the feeling that I got from Day of Days with all the different groups that came through. That's the feeling I got at the concert.
You know what what friendship really cracks me up that I think is really, really cute? I absolutely love when Deidre and Robert Scott Wilson do little behind the scenes videos together. I think they're adorable.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure. Drake and Steve, or Steve and Nichols, of course they're friends. And I love their videos too. But Marlena and Ben, come on. It's great. It's
Alex.
absolutely great. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
A couple of questions in the chat here. Sandra has two of them. One of them is, where do we think things are going to go with Trip and Wendy and, you know, Lee, essentially?
I think Lee is out there somewhere as well. I think he is as well.
I think Trip is sticking around. He's gonna get sucked into the drug story with Ava. I think Wendy's gonna leave for a few weeks to a month and come back with Lee. Look who I found.
Possibly. It is possible, but
she's gonna get that story that she told us about at Day of Days when we asked, what would you do? And she said, I would kill off my dad and take his role at Tamira.
Oh, God, that'd be funny.
And, well, now he's very sick.
Yeah.
Maybe she was telling us something.
Maybe she was telling us something without telling us something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They do that sometimes.
You know, you got to come up with an answer. And if the answer happens to be what we shot 5 months ago, well, hey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're saying it, and then after they're like, what are the chances they remember by the time it airs? It's not like this isn't being filmed, right?
They're not going to write a whole article and quote me, are they?
Right, exactly.
Maybe
yeah.
Understand the caliber of fan we are.
You know,
I think Lee is out there. I'm just not sure when he's going to find him, because I think that if they were going to have Lee alive, then Rolf has him.
Yes. Well, he's being resurrected in the
or something like that. So I don't know if he could be found like that. Or
well, she finds the submarine. You know, her boat crashes. She's on some sort of luxury yacht tour. She gets stranded on an island.
Oh my God, the Princess Gina! She's watching the dolphins off the bow, doing a Titanic moment.
Yes, and then at the end of that 3-hour tour, they crash on an island. You know, she's got to find a way out, and it's a
guys.
Huh?
As far as the Who Killed Clyde storyline,
I mean, huh? Come on.
As far as Sandra's question about the Who Killed Clyde storyline, I mean, for that to be a real storyline, aren't they going to have to let him out of prison first? Or he's going to have to get out of prison for that to be a question?
They can kill him in prison. Maybe somebody snuck in, you know?
Yeah, true.
That's the whole thing. They try to keep people
Well,
in,
I mean, Statesville does have one of those turnstile doors in the back.
I keep on thinking about when they had the highlights. The highlights showed Harris, or Steve Burton, sitting talking to Lucas in jail.
And that's happening in the next couple of weeks, that they're enlisting Lucas to help.
So that's what I was thinking.
That's starting this week.
Someone still Clyde isn't going to have to get out. Maybe he'll get killed in jail.
Yeah.
And not everything else. But I
So
think these characters, they're gonna, I don't know. Do you think, Angela, do you think that they're gonna put Ava and Harris together in like bliss and happy before, at least Harris is out the door and gone from Days?
yes, I do.
Yeah.
And
I
then
do think that they will be
he's gonna
together
die
and
in a
happy.
cave-in.
Yeah.
This is what we talked about, right? This is
I
what
know,
I want to
right?
see, where he dies in the cave-in, and then the first scene on GH is him sticking his
Is
hand out of
his
the rock.
coming out of the
Yeah.
Just like I put on Twitter with the Carrie.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Carrie hand.
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be
And then
I think
Chris,
that they'll be together and happy, but I'm also like, are they gonna kill him off? That's what they did with her last, serious boyfriend.
well, she's living that lifestyle,
Right.
and Tripp
But
is
she
freaking her
wasn't
out.
when Jake was killed.
Mhm.
So that was
Maybe
but
she'll wind up with Stefan.
well, that's gonna be what's happening. Is after Harris is gone,
Mhm.
they're bringing in a new Gabby. They have recast Gabby. We have confirmation of this. We just don't know who
Okay.
it is yet.
All right.
There is a recast Gabby. It is confirmed. It's official.
So that casting post that you saw was accurate.
Exactly. So there is a recast Gabby, and it's going to be Gabby gets out of prison and Stefan's involved with Ava, and it's going to be a triangle.
But they're still married. How could there be a triangle?
How could they be You're so cute.
Well, I mean, they're still married, so there's no triangle. Like, he has one relationship, and the other one's the side chick. You have to get a divorce.
No.
Yeah, you do. If you don't love
Not
your
to have
person anymore,
a
then you should
affair,
get a
you
divorce.
don't.
If you don't
The
love your
heart's a
person
little more
anymore, you owe them a divorce.
complicated than that, Matt.
You need to
Right,
free them from you.
exactly.
If you don't listen, folks, if you don't love your person anymore, you owe them a divorce so they can go explore life without you holding them back.
Okay.
Okay?
Simmer down.
I feel bad for Stefan Demira. I don't feel bad
Oh,
for
my
Stefan
kiddo.
Demira. That man has made his bed.
So,
I don't feel bad for Gabby either.
So Tripp is figuring things out.
Gabby was a terrible chick, wasn't she? She was so self-centered.
Yeah.
Man, but her and Stefan, they put their heads together good on devious crap.
A lot of people want Lindsay Hartley back on soaps full time. She enjoys popping in, like when she's Temp Sam and stuff like that. She loves doing stuff like that. She has absolutely no urge to come back to a soap opera acting full time because Lifetime lets her direct, and she likes directing. That is what she does.
That's a
more.
thing. That's a thing that soaps aren't able to do, is let somebody write or direct or produce, which is a
Well-
way to keep an actor, let me tell you.
Well, they have. I mean, Steve Burton has directed episodes of General Hospital. Kimberly McCullough, they do let them, but not full time.
Right.
And her full-time gig is directing. She just acts a little bit here and there, sometimes even in her own stuff, but she likes to direct. So she'll never sign on. Matt has 2 moms on here.
Yeah.
Matt, how old are you?
I'm old enough to be your son.
How old are you?
37. 8? Am I 38 yet, Mom?
I would have been
No, babe,
11.
38 in April.
I would have been 11.
Regardless, you treat me like
It
I'm
would
your
have been a
son.
tragic
No,
story.
No, you guys, no, he doesn't have 2 moms. What he has is an older sister. that beats on
Exactly.
him once in a while when mama ain't looking.
Exactly. The older sister, yes.
Well, apparently, if I am being false problematic, they have to tell me to stop. And you were
Yeah.
squishing my light. You were diminishing my spotlight.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And I am not okay with that.
You want to say hi to everybody?
Is it a doggy?
It is a doggy. Come here. It is the doggy that did not want to go out.
Oh, look at that guy.
Hey, everybody. This is
Hold
Bear.
on, oh,
He
Soap
looks like
operas.
a bear.
Right.
Maybe Lindsay Hartley can come back as Gabby, says Jeannie. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
No, so
I just erased
she's a
that. Did you
director.
not listen to everything I
know,
just said?
You did. But I also am giving credit to the person who asked the question, which was Jeannie. And secondly, maybe she could come back. That's true. Maybe she could. Sounds like she
Yep.
doesn't want to. But ultimately, you see it all the time. If you have somebody that's on a show, like on a series for a number of seasons, you are bound to see them as a producer or as a director
Right.
on said series, especially if they're like the star, like Richard Dean Anderson or something. Because that's how you keep them, folks. That's how you keep those actors happy. Is you
Exactly.
feed
Let
them
them.
and you diversify them. You make them feel important. You call them a producer. You give them a modicum of power.
Look what's, I mean, didn't that's how Sarah Gilbert started her transition into actually owning the Connors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. She produced it. And then she kicked Roseanne out and said, I don't need you. I could be the star.
And
Me.
you're crazy anyway.
Sarah Gilbert.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that show this season. I should. Or last season or whatever.
Well, everything comes back on television, it looks like around the first week of February.
Oh, look at that. First week of February, folks.
Yep.
That's
It's
exciting.
It's like
TV's back. Just like Sunny 90 Sunny.
Days is just in the middle of its scab era.
It's weird, huh? Everything's
so funny.
Weird.
I think Everett's crazy and the drug kingpin.
I think he's crazy. I don't know if he's the drug kingpin, but
I think he's crazy too, and I think he's got a lot of secrets.
Yeah.
A lot of secrets. And I hope he does, because Everett, and I think they've done this on purpose, but Everett currently has been boring. So,
Yeah, like they're showing you boring Everett so they can be like, here's exciting Everett in comparison.
Yeah. Here's the dangerous Everett.
Yeah. The one that's up to no good and knows he's up to no good. Because
yes, he doesn't seem like an idiot. He seems like a very intelligent man when it comes to like the way they painted him in his job and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and some of his inquisitiveness too has not led him to be stupid. But when it comes to Stephanie, it's kind of been like, who? What did I do?
So we were talking about how Everett possibly has a that divergent personality, or DID, dissociative personality disorder, where Everett had married Stephanie, but evil Jean-Luc or something had married Jada, and evil Jean-Luc is up to no good, and Everett is constantly trying to cover his own butt.
Yes.
Like Jean-Luc did this last night.
He'd go spend any holiday at any stranger's home if he gets invited.
I know.
Jeannie says it's funny how Jada has yet to run into him, and that has actually kind of a good note, given the fact that Salem is about this big.
Yeah.
It's
he's been at a couple prominent family homes where she knows folks. He's been sitting in Brady's multiple times.
And she lives upstairs.
Used to live freaking upstairs up until like 2-3 days ago.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she's just constantly missing. Or he sees her coming down the stairs and dives underneath the table.
Okay.
And he's like the only reporter the Spectator has. So any police activity, you'd imagine he's there.
Yeah. And you would think, that it's Days of Our Lives, and she's just suddenly gone. Belle should be Tate's lawyer for sure.
It's one of those things. Days of Our Lives with all the soaps.
It's Days of Our Lives where you can be possessed by the devil and all that.
Exactly.
It's the one where you just have to accept it as for what they're doing.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying, I don't really like it because it's not being consistent with character history. That's the benefit of me not having a connection to the character history, is that these people are these people. I've got nothing to compare EJ to before to what he's doing now. Why is he doing that? He's doing this because he's doing it.
How would it not be consistent with EJ's history?
And then, like Xander as well, he's such a bad person who doesn't deserve a moment's happiness. And here I'm seeing Xander and Sarah falling deeply in love with each other, about to make a second baby.
As new fans, Matthew and I have never seen Xander do anything really bad.
No.
Yeah.
We've seen him
We have not seen Nicole do anything but suffer. That's the only thing we've ever seen Nicole do, is suffer.
She's our Sasha.
I know she has a big history of doing things bad.
I have seen Nicole be completely evil and horrible. I have seen Xander be evil too, and I can still enjoy them with,
there you go. Because you just take it as what it is.
I do. I allow my soaps to soap.
I guess in conclusion, I'll take another cue from Jeannie where she's complimenting Rafe and Jada scenes and all of that, and Brady and all of that kind of stuff. And it makes me think of Rafe and how much I enjoy him being a cop. Like when he does cop things, he's really good.
No, he's not.
Like, yeah, he was like the way that he was questioning Tate with sympathy, you know.
Yes,
and
that stuff he
also
is good.
being like, oh,
But-
Brady, you know, like I'm gonna play this thing where I'm taking your confession, but I'm also telling you this isn't gonna work.
So you think he's just a great empath on there?
A good empathic character. Sure, I enjoyed those scenes quite a bit.
I love Rafe. I love Rafe and Jada. You know, so, but when you were saying that he's so good at being a cop,
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
yeah, no, that's not a soap opera thing.
Does he-
Not anymore.
Does he? Can he solve the crime? I don't know. You know,
No.
can he find evidence? I don't know. Does he make good
No.
choice? I don't know. But the actor playing I'm a cop is
Is-
good.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. You know,
Yeah.
there are no good cops on soap unless you're Dante Falconieri. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but
No,
he
there are no
turns an eye
good
for Sonny,
police
which would
people.
not make him a good cop.
There are no police.
Yeah.
There are no effective police. I mean, we had Harris lose his keys 3 days into the job, and they were like,
I
"It's
know,
fine."
And Rafe's like, it happens.
It
What are you gonna
happens.
Evidence went missing. Could be connected, could be not, who knows?
Don't worry about it. Go solve the crime.
Do better. We're good.
Do
I'm
better.
firing you. Kidding. It's like, God, so
I've been
ridiculous.
taking that in your check. Oh
It was so
gosh.
funny.
And it is. It's
Matthew,
comedy.
I think you just see the quality of his acting is coming across.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the compliment.
Yes,
That's-
Galen is. I think he's a great soap actor. I really do.
Oh goodness. Oh
So-
goodness gracious. That's it. That's it. It's almost it's
Galen
10:21.
is. Yeah. Okay.
I have to stop talking so I can talk again later.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. All right. Well, folks, that's class. You know, when you're in college, things just kind of end. You know, there's no
Mhm.
bell. There's no bunch of kids looking at the clock, and then 30 seconds before the bell rings, they start to pack their stuff up. Much to the
Yeah.
annoyance of the teacher, who's like, "I'm not ready for you to be done."
The bell doesn't dismiss you. I dismiss you.
I've heard that before for sure. That is definitely a teacher saying. But
I used to say that to my kids when I was homeschooling them. They're like, there is no bell. I'm like, you want me to buy a bell? You think I won't buy a bell so that the bell can't dismiss you? I dismiss you?
But then it
Well
makes no
played.
bearing on it though. The same thing, 30 seconds before that bell rings, you hear shuffling and pencils being put away and all that kind of
Yes.
stuff. Because kids are ready to get out of that class because they don't want to be there at all. Unless you're a nerd.
Yes.
Nerds.
Hey guys. So my Twitter handle is on
Yes.
the bio, I think, in the information.
It's in the
My Twitter
information. It's
handle is
also
in
on
there.
the thing. You can see it below us,
On
right?
Monday, I am sending an email, Days of Our Lives PR, to do some interview requests. You tell me who I should ask to talk to.
Hey, you know, I've sent an interview request to a specific actor who has shown some interest.
Yeah.
We're working on some dates right now, actually.
Nice.
So, you know,
So
hopefully
you
in a
guys
month.
tell me who you want me to talk to, and I'm going to be sending the request late Monday afternoon. So tweet me, DM me, email me, whatever.
Send it to her on the X on the Twitter. Now here's also an important thing. You know, she does this for Soap Opera News, but that also means she can also be like, hey, we also have this video podcast with these super new friends.
Exactly.
So, you know, Soap Opera News will get the priority there, but the secondary priority could be a trickle down effect onto this show.
Absolutely.
So
And they could tell us some things that I can share on the pod too
that
before they make the
too.
article.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yep. So
it's important
That
that you
sounds
make your voice
send in your
known.
interview requests and I will see what I can
Is it
do.
Greg Rickert? Is it Peter Porty?
Oh God. I love both of them and I love talking to both of them.
Is it the lady who plays Kristen? I don't know.
Oh God, I would love to talk to her.
Is it a
Stacey
solo 45-minute interview with Drake Hogestyn? Because I know that he is somebody where you can be like, remember 1982, and he would just talk for half an hour about 1982.
Do you guys, Kat, can you imagine if I told Matt I'm interviewing Drake over Zoom?
What
He would
day?
be like, please, 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 please,
wanna-
please, please,
I wanna
please,
sit in on it.
please, please.
When is it
Please,
happening?
You would.
Tell me.
please, please.
You would. You
I
would.
wouldn't shut up until you gave me an answer. Like if you said
I
maybe I'll
know.
talk to Michael, I'll think about it.
It
and
would
I
be
just
like my
so.
kids when I used to go to the bathroom when they were little and I'd see their little fingers coming
Yeah.
through under the door. That'd be Matt.
Hey, Jacarius, we're about to say
My
goodbye.
kids used to just, Melissa used to, I worked nights, so I was trying to sleep during the day a lot. So Melissa would come into my room and do this to my eye.
I used to do that to my mother too.
Mama, are you sleeping?
Yes, yes.
I was, yeah.
Honestly, that's better than what my 20-year-old used to do when she was little. She would just come in, stand by my bed and look at me like real close. You're gonna wake up and you're gonna be freaked out.
Yeah.
Oh, you know that face. You created
Right
that
there, huh?
face, but it's
never
right
did any of
there
that stuff.
watching you sleep.
I'm
And you're like, oh my God.
perfect child who never did that stuff. So.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Class dismissed.
Get out is what we're
The
saying.
bell doesn't dismiss you, I dismiss you.
And
Get
I
out
have
of my
dismissed
lecture
you.
hall.
Get out of the lecture hall. The
I don't
show
want to
is
see
over.
any of you until next
But
week.
on your way out, you know how, maybe you put down some notes or some homework or something that you need to turn in your test, for example. But in this, what you're going to do is you're going to hit the like button before you go. You hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't done that already. And so subscribe to the channel. You can see when we bring up the Days of Our Lives podcast, the General Hospital podcast. If we have an interview, we did one with Mason from GH, what's his Nathaniel Gray. We had one of those up on there. Also, interviews from the red carpet. Our Perfect 10 video for General Hospital, the best of 2023. All of these things you can find on the channel. And we'll probably do a Perfect 10 for Days next year, 12 months from now. Since we will actually have had a full year of viewership.
Mm-hmm.
On that top 10.
Yes.
I actually had an idea. I had an idea for videos we could do for.
Had great guests, right?
Yes.
Including Angela.
Yes.
And Max, I haven't had a chance to tell you yet. I hope you watch this. Maybe I'll say something at 11 o'clock as well. Man, you did so good.
He is so good.
Man.
Donald and Suds and Square.
Yes, Vinny and Christy from Suds in the Squared Circle. Big. Everybody was so excited and happy to help too. I didn't have to pull any teeth.
Yep.
And that makes me very happy.
I had an idea for videos we could do for next month, and I'll tell you guys after
well,
we
that's
get
exciting.
off.
Then I need to get the heck off of this thing so we can I guess get some business done before I whatever. Anyway.
You don't have to worry about the class. They're probably already out of here.
They're
They're gone. They're gone. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to